told that there are between 20 and 25 targets. The planes that are flying, they are F-16s, B-1 bombers, as well as F-18s. Those F-18s would take off from the USS H.W. Bush, which is in the Persian Gulf. The F-16s would take off from bases around the region. But as you mentioned, the United Arab Emirates is flying in the lead as part of this coalition of Arab states. Saudi Arabia fighter pilots, as well as Jordanian, Bahraini fighter pilots. We also understand that much of the command and control, of course, is out of Qatar. So you have 5 Arab countries. This is almost unprecedented in terms of the history of U.S. warfare, in terms of the number of fighter pilots involved from Arab states in these airstrikes tonight. Shepard.
Jennifer, we know that that Jordan has to the east there has a terrible refugee crisis. 1.2 million people, according to the King of Jordan, have come across in there. It amounts to more than 12% of his population. He says they can't take any more. The other one that has a refugee crisis going on at the time is Turkey. And is there a chance, is there an understanding that Turkey will or will not be involved with this?
Well, it's very interesting, Shepard. We just heard today from the president of Turkey, who is in New York for the UN General Assembly. He spoke at the Council on Foreign Relations, and he was asked about how his diplomats who had been kidnapped and held hostage for the last 102 days by ISIS, how they were released over the weekend. Was there any money that it changed hands? And he suggested that he was asked whether there was a prisoner release involved, and he was cagey, and it suggested that maybe there was a prisoner release involved. He ruled out that money had changed hands. But remember, Turkey has not allowed the U.S. to use its bases to go after ISIS in Iraq and Syria until this point, because they were concerned about those 46 diplomats and their children who were taken hostage by ISIS 102 days ago in Mosul. Those 49 diplomats, including 3 Iraqis, were released over the weekend. Now it will be very interesting, and the president of Turkey indicated that he will allow the U.S. to use their bases. That's going to be very significant in this war effort because, as you mentioned, Jordan is already flooded with refugees and is perhaps the most vulnerable of all the nations right now in terms of ISIS and its potential threat to the stability of that kingdom. So the fact that Jordan is involved tonight, very significant. The fact that Saudi Arabia has publicly said that it will allow the U.S. to train using bases inside Saudi Arabia, also a very significant move, because remember, these ISIS terrorists, they are going to strike back at these Arab countries, and all of these Arab countries know that. In the past, it's been very difficult for the U.S. to get public support from Arab countries for that very reason. But it looks like Turkey is on the verge of getting involved in this coalition and allowing, in fact, the President Erdogan said tonight at the Council on Foreign Relations that he did not like the implications in the press that his country was not, which, by the way, is a member of NATO, was not a part of this coalition. So expect for Turkey to step up in the coming days, Shepard.
Jennifer.